Welcome back, everybody, to another episode. And in today's episode, guys, I went out fishing earlier today off of the new boat, and things did not go so well. It wasn't just the fishing just wasn't good. So I made a different video for that. But we do have some time this afternoon to go fishing, and the river over here is pretty low. And a lot of guys have been asking me about doing a bank fishing video and like what my tips are for doing a bank fishing. So I figured today, why not? Let's grab a rod. I'm pretty much just probably gonna bring one rod, bring some tackle, throw it in a backpack, and then we'll hop to the spot. We'll go down where I can hopefully catch some smallmouth. Like I said, the river's low, so and it's starting to cool down. We're starting to get in that fall transition, so the smallies should start to push back up a little more shallow here. So I'm gonna grab like I said, grab a rod, grab some tackle, and then head on down there and show you guys, some tips for bank fishing and what I'm looking for, especially on a river. So I'm probably going to put the big camera down, throw on the GoPro, and we'll see you guys as we're getting down there. So stay tuned. All right, guys. So we made it to our spot here. I'll throw the backpack on. She's got all the tackle, and then grab the old trusty rod here. Go try to catch me a big one. Car's already locked. Keys are in my backpack. But yes, one of my spots that I like to go for smallmouth, pretty common. I think everybody around this area knows you can catch a decent amount of smallies down here. Usually around May time, so I'm not sure what it'll be like right now, but hopefully pretty good. So like I said, we're getting into that transition here of into the fall time, so the water temps are really dropping down, so I'm hoping to catch something here. So first things first, guys, we're down by the river now. What I like to do is find some good flowing water with some good back eddies off of it. Now I don't usually fish, it's pretty shallow right now, but what I like to do is there's a spot I found that's got, when the river's low enough, the rocks really come out. And if you can get out, you can get onto these rocks here, and you can cast right onto that current break. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about when we get up there. So what I'm looking at here, guys, is down in here in this little pool here. You probably can't see it on the camera, but there's a bunch of little like bluegill and bait fish in here. So there's got to be smallmouth somewhere around here. Usually the smallies are up in here too, so. But I'm going to get down there and start casting and see. Yeah, so we got to my first spot. Now I really like this spot because, like I said before, good flowing water coming here and a good eddy right here. And there's a lot of rock in here and gravel. Now, the first tip I have for bank fishing is not getting, scouting. Before you step up to the edge of the bank, really looking and seeing what you see here. Sometimes you have fish pulled up on the bank. You don't want to spook them, so it doesn't look like anything right now. So I'm just going to kind of walk up, get in position to make my first cast out there. All we're using right now is a 1/4 ounce tungsten 4/0 EWG with a Senko. So we'll see how that goes and see if we can't catch something out here. Definitely gonna take this backpack off for now. The river is really shallow right now, so like super shallow. There we go. Oh, dude, doinking rocks. There we go. Finally. There we go. There we go. First one, guys, right there. Finally. It did hammered it. I felt the dun-dun, and then. Oops. All right, there we go, guys. First one, a little bank fishing. There's a good, I kind of moved spots there because nothing was happening. So, but there we go, first one. Little guy, not too bad. Not too bad at all. And get him back and off he goes. The reason I moved, guys, is I moved because the spot just isn't productive, and I'm wondering if there's just not enough current flow. So I kind of moved over to this side of the rock island, and there's good current kind of coming down. I was just moving it along with this this current that's coming down, and it worked out pretty slick here. So I'm gonna throw on another one, see if we can't pull in another one. You know, get a few more of these. Hopefully we can get another one. There's one. Oh, I just missed him. I just missed him, guys. Oh, he took my worm. Oh man, they must be stacked up right there. Oh my goodness. Right as I got to right where I hooked that other one, dude just took off with it right there. He probably didn't have the worm all the way. Or with the hook. Oh man. We'll get back in there though, dang it. Trying to just bring it into that strike zone a little faster. Oh my gosh, he took off with it, guys. My rod tip just dipped. Hopefully he bites again. Oh, there he is. He's messing with it right now, guys. He's got it. Gotta let him take it a little bit more. All right, there we go. There we go. Oh no, he came off again. Oh, he was small though, guys. There he is. He's jetting off right now. Oh, he came off, but he was small. I knew he had to be a smaller one the way he was playing with it. That's why I gave him more time with the Senko there. Dang. Oh, maybe there's more in there. Let's try that again. So a little tip for when you guys are fishing these rivers for smallies too is sometimes you'll feel like you'll hit a rock for a snag, and sometimes you think it's a fish. My tip is to always just wait and feel for that fish to jerk back. So if it is a rock, that you don't end up slamming the hook hard and then you're wedged into that damn rock, and next thing you know, you're stuck in there and you can't pop it loose. If you feel yourself come up to a rock and you think it's a fish, just kind of wait for a second, because if it's a fish, they'll jerk the rod back, you know. If it's a snag, it's just going to be there constantly. So if it's a snag, you can just sit there and wait, and once you've determined that it's a snag, you can just go ahead and grab the rod and just kind of pop it and try to work it out without driving it, deeper into those rocks. So just a little tip. It's helped me out tremendously with, so I don't get snagged up and constantly broken off. All the action. There's a fish, right? Oh, I just missed him, guys. Oh no. Oh, he drove me into the freaking rock. Ah, I just got out of there, man. Yeesh. See if I can pop it loose here with the old bow and arrow trick. This is another tip. If you guys get snagged, just grab it like a bow and snap it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I didn't think it was gonna work that time because, dang it, I'm gonna have to get wet again. I got bit again in that same area. I stopped throwing in there because I wanted to see if I wanted to try some different areas. I don't really want to blow out the area either, but I mean, if I can just get in there and get my snag out real quick. Oh yeah, that's cold. Oh god. Oh my god, I just fell in the water, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we should not take bass fishing tips from Brandon. And on top of it, my snag's not even out. Alright guys, so that is pretty much going to wrap it up. I only had a couple hours to come out and fish. As you guys seen, we found some fish bank fishing. Basically, my huge tips for you guys is just find some area where you're able to get good casts. Sometimes you get into like the woods up over there where it can be a little more difficult to do those things. But find some areas where you can cast, and then especially when fishing a river like this, always look for good flow and back eddies. Right here, we have this huge back eddy here. Usually this is pretty loaded up with smallies, but we did find some today. I also fell in the water and ate it. But there is some stuff that I want to talk to you guys about real quick before you guys leave the video. That's going to be the rod and reel that we're using. Guys, this is a ALX ICOS Buzz 7, so it's a medium power fast action rod. And the reason I'm using this is because I'm using a lighter Texas rig setup, but it's not so much about the bait. The rod is a 7-foot rod. So when you're bank fishing, you're gonna want a shorter rod. Even a 6-foot rod would probably be ideal, guys. I would say 6 or 7-foot rod, and the reason being is because you're in such close quarters at times where you're trying to get cast out, and if you have a super long rod, you're not gonna be able to do that in a lot of this, like all these trees around you and everything. It's just not gonna happen. So I would definitely, if you're gonna be bank fishing a lot, I would look for like a 6-foot or 7-foot rod tops, just because how close quarters things are gonna be. Now the reel, I would suggest a 7-1-1 Abu Garcia reel. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be an Abu Garcia reel, but a 7-1-1 I think is a great speed, a great overall reel for you guys. Today I was just using like 10-pound fluorocarbon with this little light Texas rig setup here. That's one of my favorite setups to use on the river, but basically on the river I like to use poppers and like Texas rigs, things that aren't going to get snagged up. There's a lot of rock around here. Poppers seem to do well. I should have brought one, but I didn't today. You guys have it. The big thing is really the rod, guys. Really go for that 6 or 7-foot rod so you're not getting hung up on stuff. I'm gonna sign off the video a little differently today, guys. I'm gonna sign it off right now. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know that we didn't catch a ton of fish in this video, but I hope you guys learned something from bank fishing here. Usually this spot is pretty good, but you know, we're in that summer to fall transition. I don't think those fish have pulled back up into these eddies and whatnot. But I really wanted to make sure, I've got a lot of questions and requests about making a video for bank fishing. So I wanted to cover my best tips for you guys. I've started out bank fishing. That's, you know, and I still bank fish to this day, and I've learned quite a bit. So if you can do those things, look for good flowing water off of the river, good back eddies, spots where you can cast nicely, and just try to find those good high percentage areas. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Remember to like and subscribe, and until next time, keep fishing hard. We'll talk to you guys later.